Some of the plants your grandparents or great-grandparents may have known by name have almost disappeared from modern gardens, not because they were useless, not because they were difficult to grow. In many cases, they simply lost the competition against newer, more familiar crops. And that raises a fascinating question. Why did we stop growing them? Because hidden among these forgotten plants are vegetables with unusual flavors, flowers that can transform a garden, and remarkably hardy crops that were once valued for a reason. And stay with me, because the plant at number 1 may be one of the strangest forgotten vegetables you could grow today. The phrase "forgotten plant" doesn't necessarily mean a plant has completely vanished. It means a plant that has been pushed out of mainstream gardening, even though earlier generations cultivated, ate, appreciated, or passed down knowledge about it. Modern gardens tend to revolve around the same familiar choices. Tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, carrots, and potatoes dominate the conversation, but gardening wasn't always this predictable. So let's dig into 7 forgotten plants that deserve another look. Number 7. Good King Henry. Long before supermarket greens became the norm, gardeners in parts of Europe grew Good King Henry as a dependable leafy vegetable. Its arrow-shaped green leaves aren't particularly flashy, and that may be part of the reason it disappeared from modern gardens. It simply doesn't have the instant recognition of spinach or kale. But look closer, and this plant becomes interesting. Good King Henry is a perennial, meaning once established, it can return year after year. It produces tender young leaves that were traditionally cooked like spinach, while its shoots could also be used as a seasonal vegetable. The plant prefers a sunny to partially shaded position and reasonably fertile, well-drained soil. Once established, it can become a remarkably dependable addition to a garden. Imagine having a leafy vegetable that doesn't need to be replanted every season. That's exactly the kind of forgotten advantage that makes this plant worth rediscovering. But the next plant takes us even further back into the history of European gardens. Number 6. Skirret. Before carrots became one of the world's most familiar root vegetables, gardeners cultivated other roots that have almost disappeared from everyday life. One of them was skirret. This unusual plant produces clusters of small, elongated white roots beneath the soil. Historically, skirret was valued as a food crop, but modern gardeners rarely encounter it. And that's a shame, because there's something fascinating about growing a vegetable that looks almost nothing like the roots sitting in today's grocery stores. Skirret prefers fertile soil and a sunny location. The roots develop underground while the plant produces attractive green foliage above the surface. The biggest challenge is patience. Unlike a quick salad crop, skirret rewards gardeners who are willing to let it develop. But perhaps that's exactly why it deserves a place in a modern garden. Not everything has to be bred for supermarket shelves and maximum speed. Sometimes the forgotten plants tell us what gardening looked like before convenience became the priority. And our next plant has an even more surprising history. Number 5. Scorzonera. This plant sounds almost exotic, but for centuries it was grown as a root vegetable in Europe. Sometimes called black salsify, it produces long roots covered in dark skin. Cut one open, however, and you'll find a pale interior hidden beneath that almost mysterious exterior. This is exactly the kind of vegetable that makes you stop and ask, why have I never seen this at the garden center? Scorzonera grows best in deep, loose soil because its roots develop downward. It also prefers plenty of sunlight. Above ground, the plant produces long green leaves and can eventually produce attractive yellow flowers if allowed to mature. Its forgotten status is part of what makes it appealing today. Growing Scorzonera isn't just about harvesting another vegetable. It's about bringing back a crop that modern gardening largely left behind. And if you're fascinated by plants that disappeared because people changed what they wanted to grow, wait until you see number 4. Number 4. Orach, it is one of those plants that seems almost perfectly designed to make modern gardeners curious. It is an old leafy vegetable related to spinach and has been cultivated in Europe for generations. Its leaves can come in shades of green, red, or purple, depending on the variety, giving it something spinach doesn't always provide: serious visual appeal. But Orach wasn't grown simply because it looked good. It was valued as a leafy vegetable and could be harvested during the warmer parts of the growing season. It prefers sunlight and fertile, well-drained soil, and once established, it can become a productive addition to an edible garden. So why did it fade away? Part of the answer is simple. Familiar crops became easier to find, easier to market, and easier to recognize. Orach became something of a botanical footnote. But here's the fascinating part. Sometimes a plant doesn't need to become fashionable again to be useful. It just needs a gardener willing to remember it. And now we're entering the 3 forgotten plants that may completely change the way you look at old-fashioned gardening. Number 3. Sea kale. The name alone sounds unusual. Sea kale is a perennial plant traditionally associated with coastal regions, where its thick foliage and pale flowers create a very distinctive appearance. Unlike many vegetables that demand constant replanting, sea kale can return year after year once established. Its blue-green, slightly waxy leaves give it an almost ornamental appearance, while its white flowers can attract attention when the plant is in bloom. Historically, parts of the plant were used as food, and its unusual growing habit made it a valuable coastal vegetable. It prefers plenty of sunlight and well-drained soil, and despite its name, it doesn't require you to live beside the ocean. What makes sea kale especially fascinating is that it sits between 2 worlds. It looks like an ornamental plant, but it has a history as a food crop. And that combination is exactly what makes forgotten plants so interesting. But the next one has an even stronger connection to the vegetables we already know. Number 2, Salsify. If you've ever wondered what happened to some of the old root vegetables that once competed for space in European gardens, Salsify is a perfect example. Often called the oyster plant, Salsify produces a long, pale root beneath the soil and has delicate, grass-like foliage above it. The plant can also produce attractive purple flowers when allowed to bloom. Salsify was once cultivated as a food crop, but today it is rarely seen in ordinary home gardens. And that's where the mystery begins. Why did a vegetable that was once familiar become almost unknown? Modern agriculture favors crops that are productive, recognizable, easy to harvest, and easy to sell. Over time, many less common vegetables simply disappeared from the mainstream. Salsify became one of them. Growing it today requires patience and deep, loose soil, but the reward is something most gardeners don't get from a standard vegetable patch. The experience of growing a crop that feels almost like a piece of living gardening history. But there is still one forgotten plant left. And this one may be the most surprising of all. Number 1. Lovage. The lovage may look like an ordinary leafy herb at first, but its history makes it one of the most fascinating forgotten plants on this list. For generations, lovage was grown in European gardens and valued as an aromatic herb. Its tall stems, large green leaves, and clusters of small yellowish flowers give it a striking presence, especially when the plant matures. The reason it deserves a place in a modern garden isn't simply nostalgia. Lovage is a perennial. Planted in the right location, give it fertile soil, sunlight, and consistent moisture, and it can return year after year. Its leaves have a strong, distinctive flavor, which means you don't need enormous amounts to make an impression. And perhaps that's why lovage feels so different from today's standardized herbs. It isn't trying to imitate anything. It has its own identity. But somewhere along the way, plants like lovage became less common as modern kitchens and gardens narrowed their focus to a familiar handful of herbs. And that is the real lesson behind all 7 plants. They weren't necessarily forgotten because they had nothing to offer. They were forgotten because gardening changed. And sometimes, rediscovering an old plant isn't about replacing everything we grow today. It's about giving ourselves more choices. A garden can be more than tomatoes, peppers, and lettuce. It can also be a connection to the plants previous generations knew, cultivated, cooked, and passed down. So now I want to know, which of these forgotten plants would you grow in your garden? Tell me the plant's name in the comments. And if you enjoyed discovering forgotten plants that deserve a second chance, subscribe for more hidden stories from the world of plants.